Anyway, so yes, zoom lenses are great. That's it. End of the video. No, I'm just joking. So today I am here to talk about zoom lenses and why I think they are good. They're actually great or even fantastic, I would say. So you might be wondering why I'm suddenly talking about zoom lens and being so much full of praises for them, but I will give you a bit more context, but for that we need to go back in time 2-3 weeks ago. So at this time I was not really productive in regards to my photography and to some extent also my videography, and one of the reasons for that was the language school. I had to attend classes from Monday to Friday, and it takes a good chunk of my day, which doesn't give me a lot of freedom to choose when I can go out and shoot. But for the ones who know me, I'm someone that can be very consistent when I decide to. If I tell myself that I will do this or that when I wake up every morning, I will do it without fail. Just as I did for 2 years learning Japanese at 5 a.m. in the morning. But that's a story for another time, if you're interested in, but I digress. Given that low productivity, low creativity situation, I told myself that I wanted to go out and shoot at least 1 hour per day for a week. That being said, where the zoom lens story begin, you might be wondering, right? So we often hear that prime lenses are really good when you have low inspiration or low motivation. By putting some constraint, they can be really liberating in a sense that you won't be constantly battling in your head whether you should shoot this scene on a wide angle or maybe with a tighter field of view. And I agree with that for the most part. And we can also mention that prime lenses are a better performer. They have better bokeh, they have better image quality. This is a fact and that cannot be denied. But, and here comes the but, they can also be really frustrating at times. When I go out shooting with only one prime lens, I can feel the aforementioned benefits, but I can also sometimes be really frustrated if I am facing a scene that would work well on a 70 or 85mm. I only have my 35mm stick to my camera. Some would say that you can always work the scene and get the most out of it on this 35mm, but at the end of the day, you will never get the same feel and the same result as shooting the same scene at 70 or 85mm. This is just technically impossible. So this feeling of frustration combined with this low creativity, low inspiration situation, I decided that this week of daily photography will be done with my good old Tamron 28 to 75mm. And by the way, this works with any of these standard zoom, like any brand will have this 24 to 70 kind of zoom, so any of these are really suited for the job. So I had hopes that this was a good decision, but the day were going and the results I got really exceeded my expectations. And that both in regards with the final images I got and also how I felt wandering around the neighborhood, just taking pictures with my zoom lens. It was really liberating and exciting to be flexible depending on the scene, going tight or wide at some times and really try different experiments depending on each photo locations. Yes, you can argue that zoom lenses have less character and lower image quality, especially with my 28-75, which is quite weak, wide open at the tighter end, around 65-75 millimeter. But if the location you're at gives you a better look at 70 millimeter, I think it's still better to capture that with your prime lens at 70 millimeters rather than not being able to capture that shot because you were on a 24 or 35 millimeter prime lens. Yes, you can come back later with the appropriate prime lens, but the weather conditions and the subject won't be the same because moments are unique, right? So in total I shot from Monday to Friday around my place, what I would call street photography, and then for the weekend from Saturday to actually Monday we went on a short road trip with my girlfriend around Shikoku, and these were more centered about maybe what we could call travel photography. So then I exceeded my target by 1 day because we were on this trip also on Monday, and during the weekend I actually shot probably more than 1 hour every day, I think. So obviously these kind of zoom lenses are really suited for more like travel photography because you can never know what you will shoot in advance, so it's better to be flexible. But I was really surprised and really happy with the result I got also on the street photography side. So, is there any conclusion to this little rant about zoom lens? Yes, I guess there is, but I think I delivered my message throughout this video. But if I had to add one last thing, I would really tell you that please do not despise prime lens for any type of photography, and especially for street photography. Using one ended up with me having a lot of fun shooting, images I'm really happy with, and revived creativity and inspiration. As always, thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any future videos. I am now on summer holidays and I will have more time to put out some content here on YouTube, and please like this video, it really helps, and see you next time. Mata ne! Look at this sketchy setup. I have the fan on my camera, which is overheating because it's like 30 degrees, and I have no cooling or whatsoever because I need some good audio. Also have a super nice tripod, just my wallet, and yeah, that's what it is.